closes out with a 2-0. In the bottom right, here in the blue, he is
GNL Green Wings True.
in the center left, here in the red, he is
KT Roster TY.
a lot of support here in the audience for TY.
Of course.
This guy has been a pro gamer for so long, but is
like,
so young.
Yeah.
He's been a pro gamer for 6 years.
I believe, yeah, right around 6 years.
Yeah. That's about how long we've been living out in Korea, Artosis.
Yeah. Over 6
Isn't that
years
weird?
now. It's
Isn't that crazy?
It's gone by really fast.
Really? You feel like it's gone by fast? I feel like it's gone by quite... I guess part of it feels fast. I feel like... Actually, I'm one of these people I feel like time
Well, it feels
in general,
like forever ago is when I lived in America. Like, I feel like that was forever ago, but, like, 6 years, I don't know. It feels like it has kind of gone fast where...
That's so interesting.
You know? I don't know.
I feel like it has
a weird thing the way it feels.
Yeah. I guess...
I feel like I've been out here. Well, actually, like I feel like I've been out here forever. But when I think back, I'm like, wow, that was 6 years.
Years, yeah. It's a long time.
You know, if I had to guess in my brain without actually dating things, I wouldn't say 6 years or something. I'd say 4.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. But that still feels like a long time.
But that's still such a long time. That's like
all of the happiness in my life has happened in the last 6 years, basically.
No, I feel like your life doesn't even really start until you at least get out of. Like for me, like when I got out of high school.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I was high school was just such a massive...
I wasn't joking. All my happiness happened in the last 6 years, too.
Yeah, man.
It was...
Oh, man,
before that, it was just perseverance waiting for Korea.
It's true.
It's where I belong.
Yeah, this is the motherland for RTS gamers.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the CC about to finish here for the Terran.
Yeah, nice CC first build. Cool to see what he wants to follow up with.
I think it's a great build actually on this map.
Yeah,
I don't think Zergs are going to do any rushes on this map.
You'd have to have real balls to do. You have to be like Shine or Sulky to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Sulky be like, oh yeah, no problem, just make 16 lings. Then you do a Reaper expand, he just leaves. He just exits out, there's no GG or anything. He's like, whatever.
He leaves. He
whatever,
shot
scrub.
him on the booth, he's already walked out.
Yeah. He's unplugged his keyboard. It's like, wait, that was game 1 of match 1. You're actually... He's like, oh, really? And then he still wins in first place? Sulky for you.
So funny.
Oh, wow, did he actually not see it? He actually turned around just too quick? Is that what just happened?
I'm not sure. I'm keeping my mouth shut on this one. I
was like kind of looking at you and watching you smile because it just makes me happy.
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
Factory coming along now. We don't know if the Zerg saw it or not.
Yeah, he knows.
He does?
The way that Overlord is going, he saw something.
Ling's backing up now. We have a Ling speed on the way and the Queen's being made. Mm-hmm. And it looks like this should be a pretty traditional TVZ opening.
Yeah, it doesn't look too weird anywhere at the moment, so we'll see. It looks like it's also going to be probably a bio follow-up here. We don't see any Sank gas taken yet or anything like that, but I mean, there's still time for him to go mech if he really wants to.
Getting the wall up here as well. I like this from TY. If you remember, though, in the last game they played, TY actually had a wall in with depots and a bunker as well.
Yeah.
And I thought initially it was going to at least curb any damage from the Banelings and everything else, but then he just went right through it.
Yeah, well, to be frank, those types of wall-ins are actually designed to fight against Mutiling Bane.
Yeah.
And what he was fighting against was pure Ling Bane, which... when you look at how much Aspire costs, Mutalisk upgrade costs, and then
you have all
you're going to be getting 12
into
plus
Banelings instead.
Yeah, it's so many more that those wall-ins actually are almost like a joke. Like, they roll through them no matter what. So, that's... A wall-in like that won't help against that style that much. Not really. It's the smallest of roadblocks. So, definitely something he has to consider if True tries that style again. You can't just rely on that and say, okay, this will null the attack enough that it's no longer a great idea by him, because it's still a great idea by True if he does do it.
Well, we have More barracks being thrown down here. This is a pretty stagnant phase of the game. Really, the Hellions just come out and try to control the creep moving out as much as possible.
Yeah. You know what's really cool, Tasteless? Yeah, he's going to check what's going on. Sees the third command. That's important. That's exactly what he wants to see. But what's cool is that we actually see the 2 Widow Mines again. Yeah. He made the 2 Widow Mines. Is he going to send those all the way down again?
Well, I hope he does. We saw that actually work out pretty effectively. I loved when he just brawled right under an Overlord.
Yeah.
I looked at that and I'm like, that's never even occurred to me.
Why not
just
let
come out there? Yeah.
When you have map control like that, you're going to be making Widow Mines anyways. If you don't want to make more Hellions at that point, if you're like, okay, what I want is 4 Hellions.
But Widow Mines are going to be more handy later on.
There isn't like, I don't need to make a reactor right now with my factory. Why not make the 2 Widow Mines and use them as active harassment units? I really like it. It's super cool and refreshing.
Okay, he's coming down here now. He's going to be met by the Queens. Looks like the... no, he's not going to burrow those. Just backing up. But this is a nice move here. He's just taking out some Overlords.
Yeah, and he's all defensive here so that he can take out those Overlords without any threat to his Marines.
And this supply blocks a Zerg. This is totally working so far for TY. I really like it.
He's killed 3 Overlords.
If a lot more Terrans started doing this, the Zergs would have to start repositioning their Overlords.
Yeah, that or, you know, maybe doing like a quicker round of Speedlings or, you know, something.
They'd have to do something to deal with these units coming out here. I mean, if you make a quicker round of Speedlings, what if they just go Hellions? Then you got another problem there as well.
That's right. If they go up to like 6 Hellions, then 8 Hellions, then suddenly you're kind of screwed. So it's really, really neat. Quite enjoying it.
Okay, so he comes over with the Spore.
And notice, he hasn't really lost anything. But he's forced a Spore. He's killed off, you know, 3 Overlords. This has been very effective so far, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's looking great. I think TY is in much better shape this time around. I do like how True has already adapted, though he's pushing out with a Spore Crawler, using this to spot. And, yeah, I mean, we got 1-1 here for the Terran. Coming along with the combat shields as well. We have Zerg getting Burrow. He actually got Burrow for a second, then canceled, and then got Burrow again.
Huh.
And getting 1-1 of his own.
Maybe you wanted it on a different hatch or something.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, you know, the fact that True is getting a 4th base a lot quicker this time, things are looking a little bit better for him, I would say. I really didn't like that before, where he got such a late 30, even though like the strategy was really cool and worked out for him. When you're on 3 bases, there's always a chance that Terran can come back and kill you. Ooh, this is really nice.
Lots of transfusions going down, but 1 Queen is eventually taken out. The medevacs come over here, but he can get a pickup here. I like how TY waited just a second to see if he could get a little bit more damage before it started to hurt him. Now we have the 4th base under fire.
And look at this. He's back in the minerals where it's really hard to engage.
So good. It's already get a proper shroud there. Cancel. He guns down the drone.
Look at this. He's even going to pick off a Queen before he picks out of here. And in fact, even some Zerglings as well. Really nice harassment so far, and keeping his opponent down to 3 bases. This is really bad news for True.
Yeah. True is in a lot of trouble right now. Now, it looks like he's going to end up reverting back into the style we saw in game number 1 because he was forced to.
Do you think this might have been his plan anyways, though?
You know, it's possible. I think as we just saw the banelings get made as the hatchery was canceled. I mean,
yeah, you might be right on that.
I can't know for sure, but
I think it's like, it's not so unlike True. You know, we've always joked that he really loves to make a lot of Zerglings. It's kind of his style in all the matchups. So
yeah,
not too surprised to see him do it. But okay, he is going to throw it on a Spire. He realizes that the drops of TY is like reacting a bit better. This game, he's seen this already. I like the choices.
Well, we're going to see the 4th attempt to be made again here. I think the sensor tower was a good choice for sure.
That is.
Oh my God. Canceled.
Wow.
True, just barely getting over there in time.
This is truly brutal, Tasteless. Right now, TY is just running this game.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to go to game number 3 if TY keeps this up, because he is not letting the Zerg get even an inch here.
Yeah, you know that show, Who's the Boss, from our childhoods?
I actually don't, but go on.
Really? Well, I was going to say, you know, TY's boss. You know Charles in Charge?
I think I've heard of it, but
well, it's not true. TY's in charge. You know, he's all over the place.
Oh, hold that thought, though.
All right. Like, see, this is exactly the type of thing he needed to do this game, that he needed to change up, and it's going fantastically for him. Look at this. He's evacuated his SCVs. The Widow Mines were super effective.
Meanwhile, True's harassed pretty good, but he did force a lift on that 3rd. Let's see if he can gather up and do this again. He's also starting to shut down all the harass here with drops.
Not this one, though. Actually, a lot of damage being dealt. 7 mutas are on the way. He needs some mutas out here to actually kill off Medivacs because TY's harassment is just getting out of control. But as of right now, this is a pretty big lead for TY.
I'm trying to think of what exactly True can do besides just try again with the Lings and the Banelings, you know? I don't think there's a proper transition where you try to, you know, save yourself.
This is a tough one. Like, he needs to crush some armies. Look, let's look at what's good for him, right? He's got his creep spread pushing pretty well. His 2-2 will be done before the +2 armor of TY, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, that happened. I do like the Vikings coming out here.
That's kind of interesting.
I mean, it's a little bit late.
If there weren't any mutas that were being made, this would be, like, insane.
But if you notice, he's actually going to get this drop to go around. He's sending it around this cavity in the bottom left, but is getting spotted by
this was
Overlords.
The plan for the Vikings. It's actually very smart from True to make mutas this time because TY is completely ready for the mutalist style. Like, these moves he was doing, like killing all the Overlords on the drop paths and then dropping, would have totally abused True in the last game. Of course, a very different map with very different features, and thus we do see the mutas.
Okay, here they come now, hitting these SCVs. Right now, the SCV count is basically even here, 66 to 60, or excuse me, do I need glass? Yeah, that's 66 to 63. I thought I said 80 for a second. So we have some Banelings coming down now. He's right around the Spire here. If he guns down the Spire, that would be a huge hiccup in the air production here for True. He does get rid of it, no problem. And now going to take out the Spire too, or that spawning pool too.
Wow, you can't even make units now. He doesn't have any unit producing structures, so that's wow, he's just killing him, Tasteless.
I don't think True's going to last much longer in this game. Oh,
probably not. Oh boy.
Oh my god, is this happening? Okay, he's got to be careful with these mutas.
There's another Widow Mine over there.
Okay, I've lost count of how many times this hatchery's been made over here, but...
This game is like so TY favored. Even though the supply is still pretty high for his opponent, it's not, you know, his units are just so far behind. He can't make any units right now. He's just making mass drones. And he does kind of need to drone up to fill up that fourth, but he needs units right now.
Okay, more Banelings. That's True's answer. It's been his answer since the series started. I don't know if he's going to get the Baneling hit enough, you know, it's going to allow this whole game to snowball.
Looks like a big Medivac drop is getting ready. Those mutas waiting for it, though. If they catch it, that's nice. It is a lot of Banelings as well, but he does have a decent amount of Marauders in here.
The mutas have to back up as TY is in complete control of this game. This is a very pushable spot here for TY. He can even try to expand over here. See, he's getting rid of some of the creep. When that group's gone, he can expand there and defend that location while attacking into True's third and fourth.
Yeah, it's really smart. In fact, look at that line of Baneling mines. Wow, of Widow mines going back towards that base stasis. That's like a very hard position for Zerg to actually break, and then he's going to be able to just do a rally push right through, especially with that sensor tower watching for counterattacks that have to go way around the map.
Oh my god, is he going to get that?
Looks like he'll get
Gets one.
He might be able to kill it all off. No, he does turn around, but still drops occurring. Another push coming down towards his fourth. Wants to kill it for like the 6th time this game.
Okay, the Marines are spreading out now. There's a lot of Banelings, but not enough. The Marines continue to do damage.
Yeah, not the best connections, but here come even more Banelings.
Whoa, that was a great Baneling hit. But then that Widow Mine follows up with another nice hit of its own.
Well, you know what? Those Widow Mines are definitely worth their money.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, we don't see where the majority of the Terran's army is. I mean, we're seeing these smaller squads. I guess this is it coming up over here. But he can still push on this location. Yes, there's some creep here, but it's still not a far distance for Terran to try to move down through.
Certainly not. And we do see, you know, Zerg has a good amount of supply right now. He's flying around trying to get some harassment done with this good clump of mutas, but I'm not sure what they're really going to be able to accomplish for him, especially since now we do have a Thorn production.
Okay, here come the Banelings now, and the rest of the Lings coming up here. And this base actually might be in a lot of trouble. There just seems to be way too much for Terran to deal with now. Zerg also getting close to remaxing as this battle continues on, where he's just going to hit the planetary. He obliterates it. and then he backs out. I think that was the best move there. Note Terran's supply severely dropped there, now down to 150. Zerg, look, he's still got his hatchery over here. I know that hatchery's been made more times than we can count. He's still making more mutas and lings and banelings. He could come up here and hit this again.
Yeah, he very well may. We do have, right now, TY stimming down, trying to hit once again. He needs to take out this base. He can't be sitting 3 base forever, just like we saw happen to True last game. Well, I guess True did win it, but seriously, you can't do that forever.
Well, it's not supposed to work.
Yeah.
Zerg is always supposed to be one expansion ahead of their opponent. So we have, the Marine medevac army just gathered up here around the 4th base. Was that a planetary at his 4th? Did you see?
It was last time. I believe this time it is not.
This time it's an orbital?
Yes, he floated it from his main base.
Ah, okay. Well, we see True looking to poke in here again. And he's going to have a lot of banelings.
Don't forget, we do have 3/3 upgrades for Terran, so that does make a big difference.
He's got 23 banelings being made right now, and that doesn't count the banelings here. He already has 28.
He's focusing so heavily on that.
A little bit over 50 banelings here.
By the way, we don't really have that many Widow Mines nor that many Marauders, and that is kind of an issue because those are 2 units that you really want to have a lot of against mass banelings. And with 51 banelings, wow, it's going to be hard to keep his Marines alive.
Okay, we have a few small drops that are just keeping TY afloat here. Now TY going to push. He's pulled most of those banelings back there. TY definitely very good with the harass this game.
Yeah, but look at that. The entire army, or almost the entire army, does go down against that drop, so he can push into this base once again, and it looks like the 4th base might be taken out again.
Okay, it's getting lower. We don't have any reinforcements coming up here. He's transfusing, trying to buy some time, and here comes that army. Can he keep this base alive?
Wow, that is a lot of banelings flying in right now. Those Thors going after that Mutilis Club.
You can immediately see that he gave up on that when the medevacs start to run out. He can go all the way back over to this orbital Artosis.
Oh, man, this is huge for True. Look at how well he's playing. TY just unable to hold on.
Look at the supplies now, 173 to 115.
It's pretty crazy considering this guy just keeps on going down to 3 bases, but now he's got 5 going. TY just lost his 4th. His army is really, really small, and as long as True continues this pattern of making mass banelings, he should be able to break through this almost completely Marine-based army.
Well, we have these banelings finishing up now. And Lings and everything else coming out. Now, I think this game is actually going to go to True.
Yeah.
He actually just is way better with the Ling Muta Baneling. He's just way good at zoning and marginalizing the Terran on the map.
Wow.
I think, TY was doing a good job with the harass, but we got to keep in mind he did lose a lot of medevacs here and there.
He did.
Without having a bulk army that really, I guess, kept the 4th shut down for long enough, which sounds weird because the 4th base for Zerg died so many times, but
I feel like
he still got it up and running.
Did we really see enough Marauders? His highest Marauder peak might have been 4.
I think you're right.
I think you need some more Marauders.
Even when he had
help
those Thors come in there, I'm like, you should at least have some Marauders to get in the way of the Banelings, or it's not going to cut it.
The Banelings have a terrible time against those Marauders. It takes so many of them to kill a Marauder, and they just have so much health, additional armor, and all that. I feel like he was just relying too heavily on his splitting micro, which in a huge game like that can be hard to rely on all game long.
That does it for our first best of 3. We're going to go on to the second best of 3 for today's group after the